Hey everyone, and welcome to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Today I will be focusing on the interactive aspects of the website and how you can use those in your lessons. As always, be sure to explore the website prior to showing your class, as many parts of the art history pieces may be unsuitable for our youngest audience members. To begin today, we are going to go to the home page, and at the top red bar, we're going to click Art and go down and hit Online Features. Here you'll have so many choices to choose from, but today we're going to start with the Met 360 project, which gives you a 360 aerial view of a few different aspects of the museum. Once on the 360 project page, you can scroll down and there are 6 different videos for you to choose from. The first is the Great Hall, where you can explore not just behind the scenes, but everywhere in a 360 view. This video lets you soar past the colonnades up towards the oculus in the ceiling and cast a look down over the grand staircase and balcony. The next is the Met Cloisters. Take to the sky to explore the majestic vistas of the Met Cloisters. This branch of the museum in northern Manhattan's Fort Tryon Park is dedicated to the art, architecture, and gardens of medieval Europe. In this 360 view over the city across the Hudson River and high above 2 richly landscaped gardens, you can also see inside, spin around to admire the medieval cloisters that form the core of the historic building, and listen to the resonant chimes from the bell tower more than 100 feet above the ground. The next choice is the Temple of Dendur. Immerse yourself in this 360 video capturing dawn to dusk in the Temple of Dendur. Built around 15 BC when the Roman Emperor Augustus ruled Egypt, the temple was a 1968 gift from Egypt to the United States in recognition of support given to save its monuments threatened by the Nile. The temple's setting in the Sackler Wing was designed to approximate the light and surroundings of its original location in Nubia, including a reflecting pool that evokes the Nile. You can scroll down to discover more about the Met Brewer, the Charles Inglehart Court, and the Arms and Armor Galleries. I'll let you explore those on your own. Next, we're going to go back to the main page of the online features and click the Artist Project. Once on this new page, you will have 6 seasons to choose from of what artists see when they look at the Met. We are going to go down and click on Mary Weatherford, and here she is going to discuss artworks that have inspired her. One thing you might want to reiterate to your students is that the artworks being shown and discussed are not created by these artists. They are simply discussing works that may have inspired them or interest them now. Here is Mary on Goya's work, and if you are showing this to students, don't forget to hit the closed captions for the more visual learner.
My name is Mary Weatherford, and I'm an artist. Well, I was given a book called Famous Paintings when I was born. And my very favorite that lived with me in my dreams and my imagination is this one of the little boy in the red suit. I wanted him to come to life and be my friend. I always felt a little sorry for him because I knew he was rich and that he looked like he didn't have a lot of friends around him, but he had a lot of pets. What child wouldn't want to be friends with a little boy that had 3 cats and a cage full of finches and a bird on a leash? I think part of the childhood imagination, which you have to kind of remember when you're an adult, that Goya's put sound into this. He's put the soundtrack, tweet, 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 and then the cats with their mouths watering, looking at the little bird. But he's sort of a little bit sad. He's not smiling. And it's easy to make a picture of a happy child. Just turn their mouth up a little bit. He's clearly doing what he's told to do. This is his official portrait. It's not like he's captured in a moment of levity, but he has his attributes around him like a saint. His hands are in this beautiful, outstretched manner of a kind of surrender or blessing. He's a holy being that's disguised as a little boy holding a bird.
Next, we're going to go back to our online features homepage and scroll down to click #MetKids. Once you're on this new page, you'll have 3 different options to choose from. The first is explore the map, the second hop in the time machine, and the third watch videos. We're going to begin by hopping in the time machine, and here there are 3 different categories that you can choose from as well. You can go to time periods, geography, or big ideas. I'm going to scroll down to the big ideas and choose magic and mystery. Here you have several more choices to choose from, a different subject matter. I'm going to choose the coffin set to explore. On the right side of this new screen, you have 4 different options. The first is to watch a video. This one we're going to explore is Asher discussing the mummification process.
Hi, I'm Asher and I'm 11 years old. I am here with Isabel. She's a curator at the Met. And I'm gonna ask her a few questions. I really like the Met collection. It's one of the best collections in the world. And this is basically where I can enjoy my passion of ancient Egypt. Can we discuss the mummification process?
Sure. So mummification is a process to preserve the body. They first clean the body, and then they actually cut the body open to take out the internal organs.
They mummified the major internal organs separately, placed them in little jars,
Called the canopic jars.
and they were each guarded by a figure on the top of the pot.
And they were the protective deities for these organs. So that was the stomach. What else was it? Intestines,
The lungs, and the liver.
Yes. The heart often they left in place. And then the brain, the ancient Egyptians did actually not know that the brain was so important.
They took out the brain in the grossest way ever. They took the stick, they slid it up your nose, and then they twirled the stick around inside your head so that all the brain got mashed up and into almost a liquid. And then piece by piece, they sort of took the goo out, it sort of slid out of your nose.
That's what they did because they didn't know it was so important.
Then they let the body dry in salts.
And then they wrapped the body in lots of linen.
They sometimes put in religious amulets as they wrapped the body. Then they put on like a mask.
Mummification was a way to transform the body, but also to transform the deceased into this other being that was then supposed to live on.
The Egyptians really valued the afterlife because it was the life that lasted forever.
Once the video is over, you can go to the right-hand side and choose Discover, where students can further learn more about the vocabulary words that were reiterated in this video. The third option is to Imagine. Once we're done creating, we can go back up to the time machine, choose another category, for example, choosing the geography of Africa. We'll go begin our journey by hitting the push button. Here you can choose more subject matter that your students can explore. Next, we'll go up to the third category, which is the videos. Here you can check the box that says Made by Kids, and you can find videos that students have made. I'm going to continue with our Egyptian theme by clicking the Ancient Egyptian Tomb. And here we will watch an animation from a group of students.
The tomb of Bernab. We brought him gifts of food and instruments. And clothing. And next, we started dancing with the mummy. I gave the mummy a guitar and he started to play. And then we realized we were dancing with the mummy. Ah! Well, it's not that scary.
Thanks, Emma, Simon, and Natasha. Again, a lot of these videos are geared towards our elementary students. I teach K through 5, and this would be a great intro to an animation unit, along with the background history of an Egyptian culture or any of those other subject matter choices. Next, we're going to go back to our choices of the different types of videos. I'm going to check the Q&A category next and scroll down, and we are going to talk with Tobias, and he is going to learn all about how they actually get the artwork into the Met. Here is Tobias.
I've always been fascinated by how science works. You have to use science to construct things like physics. Hello, I'm Tobias and I'm 9 years old.
I'm Aileen Chuk. I'm the Chief Registrar here at the Metropolitan Museum.
What does a register mean?
We're in charge of all the art that comes in or out of the building.
How do you fit all the artwork like through the doorways that are only like...
Sometimes it's really, really difficult.
How did they fit this in here? Would they take apart this building and then build it up again?
That's exactly what they did, actually. You can see that the building is made out of blocks of stone. And before we moved it, each block of stone was numbered. And so all we had to do was take it apart and put it back together again.
So it's like 1, 2, 3, they took that apart and then they put 1, 2, 3 back in order again?
True.
The final category we are going to click on from the online features homepage is the One Met Many Worlds. This page is kind of categorized by elements of art and specific vocab that you can dig a little deeper in. So I'm going to scroll down and click on a patterns example. And when I go to this, it will bring up more examples of different patterns. And the first one that I am going to click on is the Damascus room, and it will take me to the actual location that photograph is located. So once there, you can see a few other details that you can click on. Students can explore how those patterns fit into the larger work, whether that be the room or just a larger artwork itself. And if I click on that pattern button once again, it will take me back to the many examples where I can choose another work, or I can go back to the main home page. I can then scroll down and find another vocabulary word maybe I'm learning about in art class or that I am simply interested. I'm going to scroll down and click on the gold sculpture here. And once there, it will give me again more options of artworks that have gold represented in them. And once you click on one of those thumbnails, it will give you the location or the larger picture of that object. So that gold pattern texture is part of a larger work here where you can see a few more examples of where a pattern of gold is represented in that work of art. Another cool feature about the One Met Many Worlds link here is the different choices of languages up at the top. So if you do have several languages represented in your classrooms, they can choose one of those at the top, or if you have students that have family members that speak a different language, they can take this website back to them if they have internet access, and they can explore this website together in their home language. Now I wanted to take a minute and go back to the home page to show you specific lesson plans that connect with many of the videos that we have just watched. If you go back up to that red tab and click the Learn button, scroll down to the Resources for Educators, and then go ahead and click on Lesson Plans. Here you can choose from a variety of subject matter. I'm going to scroll down and click on Shiva and read about the goals, standards, questions, and an activity, and figure out how to cater that lesson to the age group that I want to use it for. Many of the lessons here can be simplified for younger students, or it can be in addition to a larger project for older students. I think the Met Museum website does a great job of combining professional videos with knowledgeable information and videos featuring kids or made by kids, especially for students who 1. Have never been to a museum before, 2. May never leave their own city to see another museum, or 3. Students have the opportunity to virtually visit a museum that inspires a physical visit. I could imagine a brainstorm day of letting students explore the different options I have featured today and focus in on one culture to study. They can watch videos, take notes, and create through the #MetKids page, or take tours of the different wings of the museum through the 360 project. MetMuseum.org can easily be connected with cross-curricular content at any age level, especially through social studies or language arts class. I am so excited to share this website and others that you have explored with my students to not only accomplish the national art standard of presenting, but for students to explore art history in a new, hands-on approach that can provide deeper understanding. Thanks for watching today, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks.